going on, y'all? I want to check out this update about what's his name? Clavicular. I don't like this guy. I'm not rocking with him. I seen what he got arrested for, right? Or what the charge was and everything. He's disgusting, bro. When I seen the actual fight or whatever, where the woman was getting in the fisticuffs with his ex-girlfriend, and he decided to hold her arms still. Hold her arms. So his ex-girlfriend could then get haymakers off on her. I was like, yeah, lock him up. They pretty much jumped her. They jumped that woman. Yeah, lock his ass up. Amongst other reasons why he should be. Let's see what this is about.
Clavicular is in the news again for, well, a lot of crimes. We're going to talk about his jail maxing today on the Legal Mindset, where we teach you to be your own judge.
Jail
of course,
maxing
I'm
is
Andrew.
crazy. That was the Legal Mindset, guys.
Favorite topics here now, mostly because of the format.
Because I'm using his video for this. Check him out, I guess, if you want to.
Of his streams, combined with his clear autism, which he uses as a
autism?
criminal defense. Yes, indeed. We're going to get into that today. That is a massive thing that shows up time and time again.
He has autism? Does he actually, or is he just using this as a reason why he does some of the things he does? I still don't think that's an excuse for you to be walking around calling black people the N-word. And I don't just mean saying it. He actually be walking around trying to call people, black people, to their face the N-word and act like they're crazy for reacting. That's a disgusting level of trolling.
Or him being awkward or not really understanding social scenarios gets him into trouble on stream. And with the popularity of his streams, indeed, more people are coming out to interact with him, to engage with him. There's a lot of things that may or may not be going on behind the scenes that may be a little bit shady. And all these things build up to potential criminality, potential liability. So you've got this on the table for him. This is indeed his mugshot from Osceola County. That's by Orlando. That's where, in fact, Disney World is partly in Osceola County. Now, the plaintiff here, well, we'll go with two potential plaintiffs here. We've got Jenny Poppich, who's going to be on the assault and battery charges, particularly. And then we've got an alligator, right? So the big mess up and what everyone was going on first.
The alligator Jane was insane.
Start with the gator. And what got everybody thinking this is serious was an actual official message from Florida Fish and Wildlife. This is from the official Florida Fish and Wildlife account, MyFWC, which says the Fish and Wildlife is aware of a video depicting individuals in the Everglades on an airboat who appear to be discharging firearms at an alligator. FWC officers are looking into the incident and will provide additional information when
I seen that footage, I was like, that gotta be illegal. That can't be legal in any way. They was letting off on the alligator. The other stuff that I was very disgusted by too as well was what they did to that girl. Hey, what's up, Cindy? How you doing?
Available to report wildlife violations. Call the Wildlife Alert Hotline at 888-404-3922. Well, apparently it got to the point where they're getting so many calls and they were just inundated with people informing them about them emptying into this alligator that they decided to call in. Now let's review the actual footage here and see what actually happened.
Are you going to blur it out? We'll play it up until things happen.
So can we shoot it?
So he did ask right there. So I know the volume's a little low, but did he ask, is it dead? Can we shoot it? Right. So he's asking at first whether or not the alligator is deceased. Now, this does make a big difference legally, right? So there's a huge legal distinction between shooting a live gator and a dead gator.
Can we can we dump it around into it? Well, let's just test it. Let's test really how dead it is. Bro just said it's. All right, we got to make sure. No. They got that boat right there. That's our
5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. But unfortunately, shooting any dead gator is generally not a crime. Now, it would be a crime if you end up messing with the carcass, if you were to chop it up or try to haul it off or do something with the dead gator carcass. That can actually get you in trouble. That can be a crime. But assuming they didn't pick it up and it didn't appear on the stream like they picked up the gator and messed with the carcass, assuming it was dead and they shot at it, that's not a crime. And that's generally not something that's going to get them in trouble. Shooting at a drone was a federal felony once again because they're aircraft under FAA protection.
That's like a loophole. It seems
actions. So it's a crime to damage, destroy, or wreck aircraft. So a drone being an aircraft, yes, that would be something that if you indeed did damage the drone, that would be a problem. Now it appears they did not knock the drone out of the sky or they didn't hit the drone. So they can argue, okay, we didn't actually hit that. So there's no crime committed because we didn't hit the actual drone. But the real criminal charge and the thing they've really got to worry about and what he actually went to jail.
I was going to say the joint with the girl. That was the thing that I was like extremely disgusted by. I'm not going to say like, yo, the whole gator thing ain't wrong, whatever. In fact, I don't know. Like you just said, I don't know if it was illegal or not. Weird. Something that I wouldn't be doing. What they did to that girl, that's what they need to keep him under the jail for. That was wild, bro. Y'all jumped her on stream.
For is battery and also instigation of battery. So let's get into that. So here we have an incident from a trip to Disneyland. This is in Osceola County and an Airbnb.
Y'all did this at Disneyland? I think this is bugging. So I don't play with gators or crocs ever. Same. Lizards, none of that. So they seem to be handled arms irresponsibly. Now that's facts. He said they jumped the woman. Pretty much this is what happens. He has these two girls here. One of them is his ex-girlfriend. The other one's a girl that was trying to hook up with him. And his fans hate his ex-girlfriend because she don't be standing up. Oh, let me not say she don't be standing. She does exactly the opposite. She stands up to his bull crap. The other girl, she plays along with it. She already knows how the stream is. He says something crazy. She's like, okay, no problem. His fans love that girl. They keep begging for her to come back. So, of course, they started having beef or issues with each other. The girls start scrapping. His ex-girlfriend starts getting dog walked. I watched the full video. She started getting her ass handed to her. Him and security guards grab the other girl's arms and restrain her as his girlfriend gets off the floor and starts throwing haymakers from damn near Mississippi over and over again as he's laughing and holding the girl's arms. And then after she leaves, he goes, yeah, she just got her ass whooped. Ha ha ha. That was funny. Ha ha ha. He's a disgusting bastard, bro. To me, that's a jumping. And I had an incident when I was a kid. And I remember I got into a fight with this one dude. And I guess his friend grabbed my arms as his friend. And I remember this vividly. He was like, yeah, hold him. And he started swinging and getting free shots on me. He tried to claim I was just breaking it up. I didn't give a fuck. If that was true, why was I the only one that was being restrained? Mind you, I was like in high school when that happened. When I say my boys put in work, yeah, I ain't about to say nothing, boy. I ain't have to say a word, nigga. All I had to do was point. Him and him, nigga. That's the one that just held me. It was a wrap. My crew got to work immediately in the school. Nigga ran up in detention. What's up? But so I know how that feels. That's a jumping, bro. You can't hold my arms and let somebody hit me. And then she's like cocking back from Mississippi with it. She's getting off the fullest haymakers. That's crazy. So, nah, I agree. That is jumping. She was restrained. Facts. 100 as they should have. Yeah, nah, they put in the work. I had a fun group of friends back then. I never had to say nothing. I ain't had to ask for nothing, and vice versa. Like, if I can't get to you, they gonna get to you. If they can't get to you, I remember that same guy. Me and him, I guess we had a conversation. He tried to apologize, all this other bullshit. I was like, whatever. My boys is like, yo, don't worry about it. We heard he coming to detention. My crew pretty much lived in detention, nigga, every day. All I heard was boo, 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 boo. I'm in a whole nother classroom hearing things getting thrown. I don't know what's happening. Thing I heard they stumped a mud hole in this thing. Like literally, one of my friends that was short, he fucking I got the details from one of the teachers. They told me everything. He went in the corner, was like, it's getting hot in here. Took his hoodie off, jumped on top of the chair, had him in a headlock. My other friend that was big just walked up, body shot. They was doing him dirty. They did him dirty in it. And then when I walked up to the window, I'll never forget. I walked in the window. I didn't see what was happening. This is after it happened. Both of my friends sitting in the chair, winking at me like, I'm like, say no more, brother. Say no more. That's how we getting down. We became the tornado trio, nigga. If one of us couldn't get to you, another one of us gonna get to you, nigga. One of us getting held, and we can't. All you gotta do, tell me which one. Which one? Because they doing the same for me. That was my crew back in the day. But I remember that incident perfectly when the niggas held me or not. They seen them niggas. I didn't even have to say nothing. But yes, this is disgusting. This is foul.
You can see Clavicular here with his, I guess, new girlfriend and former girlfriend. I mean, there's a girl fight here. And you'll see this incident is the one that...
You said you only had detention once? What? I lived in detention too with them. I ain't going front. I think that's probably where we met. I stayed again. Or like sometimes I would walk out the classroom and just walk right into detention. Like, I prefer to be here. The teachers crack jokes. We chilling. I hated the lunch though. When you went to detention, they gave you a sandwich for lunch. Like horrible, nasty cheese sandwich. That was one of the bad parts. Saturday detention. Oh, I wouldn't even show up. I would not show up to no weekend detention after that. But during the school day and like during the week, okay, I prefer detention over class, honestly.
Actually got him in trouble.
We used to be chilling.
Get out. I'm gonna do not touch me. I'm gonna drag you. Do not touch me. Yo.
Okay, so you see his ex-girlfriend being very aggressive and continuously putting hands on her. Is he gonna blur it when they start throwing hands, or is he gonna... Like, don't show the damn fight, bro. Everybody is going to grab... You see how he's grabbing the other girl's arms now.
Kind of inserting himself in this, getting involved, right, with this situation.
But holding her arms, restraining her.
And the video,
okay, I'm glad they blocked it out. I saw the damn video. As him and the security guard are holding this girl, so you can see his arm flexing. That's how hard he's grabbing her, restraining her in the corner. And then they just let his ex-girlfriend get up and start throwing haymakers to her face, directly holding her in place. So his ex-girlfriend could throw haymakers. The
video cuts here, but there's some punches held while he's holding her, right? And that's very, very important to the resolution here, because you can see that getting involved in this and this whole pattern.
Disgusting. If you're gonna break it up, I've broken up girl fights before, nigga. Separate that shit fair. Like literally separate. If you're gonna hold one in the corner, you need to make sure your arm is out, stopping the other one from throwing swings, like, and getting cheap shots.
Yeah.
You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
This whole behavior, which this girl eventually gets kicked out, that can be conspiracy to instigate battery, essentially. Now, Clavicular was brought in on these charges. These are actually what he was arrested for and he was brought in for. And you can see here as well, his girlfriend, Violet Marie Lentz, was also brought in on assault. You can see the day of the warrant, 2/25/2026. So they were both brought in, and she's right there with Clavicular. You can see they are both brought in on these charges. And indeed, he just made bail. You can see him in this video getting out of the Osceola County Jail.
I hope he get super locked up for this. Like, I hope they throw the book at this nigga. That is so foul. So foul. I think the girl, I forgot how old she was, but she's a little bit younger than him. I think she's an adult though, for sure. But Still, nigga, like, that's so crazy. You invited her there. She was there under you. And you just like, let me hold her hands while she gets attacked?
You're usually pretty chatty. Anything to say?
Yeah, sure.
It's the same person that ran over someone, by the way, guys. It's the same, like this year, recently, ran over somebody behind the wheel.
Woke up, I'm a little tired, so maybe next time.
The same guy.
He walked off by himself and he was still on the phone. So what's next? He's facing those charges in Osceola County, which is the Kissimmee area. And FWC is also looking into some video showing him shooting.
And mind you, in that situation, I'm not going to say I was on his side, but I wasn't going so hard on him because someone was harassing him for like an hour. Some dude kept trying to fight him, jumped on top of his car, all this shit. And eventually he just decided to drive. Like he just eventually was like, nigga, I'm trying to leave. This dude keep jumping on top of my car. He won't get from in front of my car. Fuck it. And he just pedal to metal. Just it's on live stream, by the way. At first I was like, okay, the dude's harassing this nigga. That's a tough situation to be in. Now, after knowing everything I know and seeing certain things, this nigga is disgusting. He's a menace to society. Lock his ass up, bro. And it took for me to see him jumping a woman for me to go, okay, get this nigga the fuck up out of here. He's clearly out of his mind. You could have got out the car and threw the hands. I preferred that.
Had a dead gator in the Everglades.
So he's still under investigation for that, even after he gets out on bail. Now,
He needs to
one
be under
very
the jail.
interesting thing about
That's
this
facts.
is in a media article that was following this was that Clavicular was actually trying to use clout and autism as a defense, as a criminal defense. So you see this, sources close to Clavicular tell us he did not assault or instigate anyone in the February incident. And the girl who called police and claimed to be his girlfriend, that's Jenny, right? Claimed his girlfriend battered her, is someone who has been trying to gain fame and clout off Clav's back. That's very interesting as a defense because that's not really.
That's insane when there's clips of him saying that he used her for donation bait. Because his chat likes to send donations to do text to speech so they can either say something disrespectful or whatever. So he'll purposely bring certain girls there and try to like dump on them or start an argument and use them for bait for him to get donations. There's footage of him admitting to this with this specific girl saying, well, I don't want to date you. I just want to use you for donation bait. So to say that she was using you for clout. Also, I think she's like a big TikToker to some degree. She has like a following on TikTok and on YouTube, actually. There's a bunch of simps, but whatever. I'm saying that because it's her style of content. She be doing like try on hauls and all that. So I don't know if the clout thing would fit when you admitted to using her exactly. So there's a video of the fight which contradict that defense 100%. 100%. I said I like legal mindset, fast facts videos. I didn't care about court cases when I was younger, but now I find that content interesting. I'm the same way.
Really a defense. Saying someone wants clout is not something that you can wield like a sword or a shield or whatever else, or say, oh, they want clout or I have clout and they don't, whatever that is. That's not an actual criminal defense. The relative clout of the parties is not something the judge is going to consider, the prosecutors are going to consider whether or not to charge somebody, etc. Right now, that might go into factoring into the scenario, and that might also go into the scenarios that they're putting themselves in, where they're having people they're interacting with or having these girls in the house together. They're creating these situations with the girls where they've really got to have security. They've got to have some of these girls, removed, separated, etc. Maybe him not getting involved.
It wasn't even he had security. The security was just focusing on one girl while the other one commenced on stomping on him. Like, security ain't the issue, nigga. He's the issue. He could have easily said, remove this girl, not hold her in the corner so this girl could get her shots off.
Than that personally, that's something that he really can't do. And trying to say, once again, that he was just standing there awkwardly because of his because he has autism and claim that he isn't guilty of the crime. Autism is not going to get you out of the crime either. There's plenty of autistic criminal defendants. Autism is not a criminal defense. It's not something that gets you out of jail for free. And clearly in that video, we see that he did get involved by grabbing, restraining, holding her, right? And in those situations, particularly if you've got the funds, you've got security, which it appears in most videos with Clav, he actually does have security. That's something where you shouldn't really be getting involved in that and putting your hands on the girl like that, because you're likely to get in trouble for that, right? So here's my judgment. So my judgment is Clavicular is likely going to get cleared.
But when it's a man, he wouldn't dare put his hands on her. When it's a man trying to press him, he tried to put the car on him. Like, that's crazy.
To the gator crime. Shooting a dead gator in Florida is not a crime, and he's unlikely to get charged for the drone incident because he didn't hit or damage the drone. And because of that, those two are unlikely.
Wait, girls like which one? You said Asmongold said Clavicular should not let girls like this in his life. Girls like which one? Asmongold defended Clavicular? Okay, I might be the odd one out on this one. I'm not defending this motherfucker, not only for this situation, for nothing. Asmon blamed the girl, bro. She was invited. He was cool with milking her for donations and the fact that his audience was begging for her to come. His audience like her. They don't like his actual girlfriend. But are you saying the girl that was attacked or the girlfriend shouldn't be around him?
To go anywhere. He's already out on bail for the battery charge, but I think for that one might actually stick with some penalties, because cloud chasing and autism isn't a defense. That's not something that's going to get you out of jail for free. But what I think is most interesting about
if Asmon was defending him and talking about some, oh, it's the girls, this nigga's bugging. This nigga is bugging. I gotta disagree with Asmon on that. He's tripping, bro. Especially I seen the full footage. Nigga, no. I don't care what happened. If the girl was tripping, cool. She could be removed without you commencing on jumping her. Nigga, like, nah. I've been in situations where girls are fighting. I was in a situation where this one girl kept pulling out certain things in order to use them as a tool within her fight. And I was the one that had her in a corner, just like, how you saying, what do you call it? Taking certain things out her hand, risking my life. Right? But I'm smooth with it though. I was like, yo, you too pretty to be pulling that out. Hold on, let me hold on to that for you. Just somebody get rid of this. How'd you get another one? Come on, girl, you know. I told the other chick, yo, you owe me big time. I saved your life. That shorty had like 5 of them things on her, nigga. And I never once had to put my hands. I never had to do none of that. So yeah, no, that's crazy.
Clav and the way he streams is that in this setup, it is going to lead to more crimes if he continues to have this pattern of streaming and the way that he functions on his streams. And without implementing any other changes, there's definitely going to be more crimes to follow. But I want to know what you guys think.
Hold on, let me see what y'all said. Asmongold's point he was making is he should distance himself from these kinds of situations. I don't think he was just blaming the girl, just trying to give this dude advice. I could see that, but when you like see his pattern, I don't think it's just the situation, him being around, that made that happen. I think that this guy don't know how to handle having an audience. He is promoting to do a lot of crazy things. This nigga is a whole crackhead. Some of his situations, his surroundings, nigga. Asmon, tell him to get off of that dope.